Locally, the only other big event I remember was when Bishop Benjamin died. Well, first of all, when he was made a bishop, that was a real big deal. And he was a great man. And then a year and a half, he was a bishop and he dropped dead. That was another day that I remember. You know, everybody was just crying all over the place. But he was a great man. When we used to have snow days and we would build our forts from one side of the street to the other, he would come up and he would be in the snowball fights.
Really?
Yeah, and he'd spend some time on one side of the street throwing snowballs, and then he'd come to the other side of the street.
When he was still Monsignor, I remember he used to come around the neighborhood every once in a while, and kids would just like follow him. He was like a Pied Piper, and he would take us down the candy store and buy us candy.
He'd come walk down the road, and everyone would come flocking behind him. Yeah. And if you saw he was coming out, you just got out there really quick because you would get something.
And he would come to our street quite often.
Yeah.
Especially when it snowed, man. He loved the forts we built.
And we moved there on a Saturday, and my mother was very ill this time too. And I had all of this on my mind. And I didn't get up to the rectory to register. And one day, Catherine was home for lunch, and I looked out to the front door, and there's a priest standing on the step. And I went to the door, and here it was. He was Monsignor then, Monsignor Benjamin. And he said, I'm Monsignor Benjamin. He said, I know you're new people in the parish. And he said, I came out to register you. And so all apologies because I didn't get up to register. And I explained to him what was happening. And he said, that's all right, that's all right. I've found, your daughter's name came through as a new student. And he said, I just thought I'd come out. And he was so nice. When he knew I was getting lunch ready, he said, let's go back to the kitchen. And we went back to the kitchen, and he watched the kids eating. And so he took all the information from me then. And I never forgot that.
I remember him in particular. He visited a couple of sick people on Ruscombe Street. One of them was the mother of a friend of mine. And so one of my memories is we're playing on the street. He comes to visit her. It's a summer day, and he gets out and takes a couple of swings. Mm-hmm. But he was very nice, very friendly, yeah.
He was made bishop. He wouldn't let anybody call him Your Excellency, which is what you're supposed to call a bishop, because kids can't pronounce that. So he said, just call him bishop. So that's what we call him, bishop.
They started tolling the bells because then they would, when someone important in the church would die, like when the cardinal would die or a bishop, they would toll the bells, and my mother heard the bells tolling, and she thought, oh God, who died?
Lunchtime, it came through the parish that he had died. It was very, very, in fact, I still get chills when I think about it.
Really?
It was very, very upsetting. I thought he was a great man.